Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and welcome back to City of Heroes on the private servers. We are again with our natural super reflexes Scrapper, Silver Phoenix. She's now 11th level on the Everlasting server, which is the unofficial roleplay server. We have 17,000 experience and 24,850 influence. Now, one of the things that I've decided to do is to try and limit the amount of experience that I'm going to be gaining, because if we look in our contacts at inactive, we've already got two contacts here and here who are inactive, which means we did not do their missions, and they're not going to give us any missions because we've outleveled them. And we've got at least two more contacts here in King's Row that are, on the verge of being outleveled, and we haven't even started their missions. We've got actually three, this guy Eagle Eye. And then we have Lorenzo da Costa in Skyway City, who's supposed to be our level 11 to 15 contact. We're already level 11, and we're kind of part way toward level 12, and I feel like I'm earning experience too fast. So I want to work on Linda Summers and meet Detective Becktrees, and I don't want to gain experience for it, so what I've done is I have gone into the options menu, and if you look down at the bottom, so this is where it starts, if you go down to the bottom, the second to last option is disable earning XP. I have disabled earning XP. We're not getting any XP, and I tested it. I fought a clockwork before disabling it and got 22 experience and 15 influence. Then I fought a higher level clockwork, and I only got influence. I'm not really trying to do this to hoard influence. Mostly I just don't want to outlevel my contacts. So I'm turning the experience off for a little bit, and we're going to meet some guys and do some missions, and maybe, I'll toggle the experience on and off, and just try to see if I can get it to the point where we're not going to earn experience too fast, because I don't want to outlevel my contacts. I don't want to miss story arcs in particular. I still want to see if I can get my hands on the Bonefire story arc, which is initially at launch was the first story arc you got, and I'd really like to see if I can do that one. I really like the touches in this game, by the way. If you can see here, this is a movie theater. Midnight Show, Rise of the Council, the Broken Column, and so this is this idea that the fifth column was defeated and replaced by the Council. And so I guess this is a movie about that. Oh, and a little clockwork is attacking me. So clockworks are little robots. They're pretty weak, and I'm not too afraid of them. Anyway, you can see that there are some pretty cool looking movie posters here. I really like that. It's pretty neat. Lots of good detail in this game. So Detective Becktrees is in here, and what he's going to do is he's going to give us access to a police scanner, which will allow us to obtain random missions, which you don't really need anymore, but back in the day when you ran out of missions before you got to the next set of contacts, you could use the police scanner to pick up random missions. So now we have now, he's no longer a contact, right? He's gone to inactive. Oh, he's here. But now we have the police scanner, and we can click on that, and it will give us random missions that are matched to our level. But I'm not going to do that because we're already out-leveling our contacts. One of the reasons this has happened is because the server's been on double XP for a while, for the whole time I've been playing this character. And also, they've turned off double XP, but now they're on like 1.5 XP. And that seems to be like they're going to be doing this on weekdays. Today's a Thursday. I guess to try to increase server participation on weekdays and decrease it on weekends. I'm not really sure, but since I don't want to earn extra experience, what I think I'm going to do is sort of turn the experience on and off like every other mission. Alright, so now the next contact we want to look for is Linda Summers. and she's here in Kings Row, and let's just hope that we don't outlevel her. I don't know if she gives us a story arc. What I'm kind of hoping is she might give us the Bonefire arc, and then we can maybe do that before we level too much. But I'm not really sure what her missions are going to give us. I think it's Skulls, and if so, it might be Bonefire, but we'll have to see. It's been too many years, and I really don't remember how to start the Bonefire arc. As you can see, one of the things is I'm not like bothering to run down the middle of the street anymore or do any of this stuff because we now have outleveled this zone, so everything in the zone is going to be white or below to us, and nothing is going to be a threat. Because this zone really goes only up to a level 10 or 11. I have one enhancement to sell. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Alright. And now we're going to talk to Linda Summers. And she says, I have plenty of information at my fingertips. Play it straight and I'll do the same. And so this is the problem. So she's going to introduce me to a new contact already, which means we're kind of out-leveling her. And this is Wilson Zucco. Wilson Zucco is an ex-gang member, and he knows the skulls better than anyone, and he also knows a lot about the Vajilok, so that means we're going to get to fight the Vajilok. That might start the Dr. Vajilok story arc, which is going to be tough on this character at this level, but we should be able to do it. And now we're going to ask her about available missions, and she says, there's trouble in Steel Canyon, get to the security chief. Okay, so that means we've out-leveled her already. Because the other contacts are saying that to me too. So my guess is she's going to go inactive as soon as I talk to the security chief in Steel Canyon. So let's see. We have Wilson Zucco in Steel Canyon, and we have talked to the security chief in Steel Canyon, so we may as well go there. We're also going to have Lorenzo da Costa in Skyway City. So this is why I've turned off the experience, because we're kind of out-leveling things because of the double XP, right? If it hadn't been for that, we'd still be like level 8 or something, and we would have a couple more levels worth of XP to do on King's Row. But unfortunately, with double XP, we leveled too fast, and I wasn't really worrying about it too much in the lower levels because there's not that much to do in Atlas Park, really, but now that we're getting into the meat of the story arcs and they're really going to start to come into the game, I want to make sure I get as many of them in as I possibly can. So we're going to go to Steel Canyon, and south or north? I think we want to go south. And there we go. Now the Steel Canyon security chief is probably going to try to give us a mission to go into Boomtown, which I'd really rather not do, but we'll see. So mission. Talk to the security chief. Select task. And now we've got a long way to go. Steel Canyon is a really big zone. And I'm going to sort of zoom this in here. It's a really big zone, much larger. Atlas Park would probably be about this big. And so we're going to have to go to the middle of this zone, and Valkyrie is here. She's the trainer. So one of the reasons they're sending us there is so that we can find the trainer. And this is a base portal, which can take you to your base if you're in a super group and so on. There's 2 train stations, one here and one here. They used to be separate lines, but I feel like now they both go everywhere. I'm not really sure. We'll have to see. Another thing I want to look into, I want to show you guys is stores. So that's the mutant store. Let's see. Where's the natural store? Science, Taylor, Magic, Natural. Okay, so let's actually go to the natural store first. And I can show you guys dual origin enhancements. And okay, so here are some guys. These are the outcasts. And so this is a group of outcasts. They're pretty high level. Oh, that's a boss. Yeah, this stuff is all going to be really high level to us. And this zone, unlike the other zones, let's run down the middle of the street like I always say. This zone, unlike the other zones, is has a 10 level range. So there's going to be stuff that's deep purple to us in the northern side of this city. But this is one of my favorite parts of the town. Oh, somebody's shooting at me. Who's shooting at me? This is one of my favorite spots of the town. This is the university campus. And we can go in here. And this is like the university library. It's pretty cool. And you can talk to, there are some contacts here. And you can ask about available missions. And This is a new contact. Let's see. Percy Winkley is missing again. So I think this guy is for learning about um, salvage and things like that. Are you enrolled to the university? I don't see your name on the student body. If you are interested in signing up, speak with the admission officer so you can join the university, which is pretty cool. Where's the admissions officer? Right here. Welcome to Paragon University, Silver Phoenix. And this is actually in character for us. She became a superhero 2 years ago, but now at the age of 18, she's in Paragon City to go to college as an exchange student. So I'm Greg Link, the admissions officer of the campus. We've just implemented an exciting invention curriculum. This is the invention tutorial. It should take you approximately 20 minutes to complete. Click on Ask about available missions to start this tutorial. So I don't know, should we do this yet? I'm not sure we should. Let's go ahead and do our mission and we'll come back. And we gotta be very careful here. There's a very high probability of getting killed. In fact, if I'm lucky enough to get killed a couple of times, and I'm not entirely joking about calling it lucky, if I'm lucky enough to get killed a couple of times, that will put us in experience debt, and then we won't have to worry about turning off experience, because what happens when you're in debt is half of your experience goes to paying off the debt. So basically it cuts your experience in half. So like this, instead of earning 22 experience for 15 influence, I would have earned 11, paid off 11 debt, and gotten 15 influence. And it would have slowed down our leveling. I actually thought about coming in here, just finding some purples and just dying over and over again to get debt. But I really hate dying, like, on purpose. You know what I mean? I don't mind if I die because I did something stupid, but I really don't like dying on purpose. Those are Tsu. Those are martial artists. So they're going to be my arch enemies because they're evil Chinese people, right? The Tsu name is a Chinese name. So since she's from China, she's absolutely going to be unhappy with Chinese villains. This is the base portal, so you can go into a base there. And this is the security chief. And he gives us a clue. He's going to tell us to defeat 10. So Steel Canyon briefing. Steel Canyon is the financial district of Paragon City. Many national banks, insurance companies, and investment firms have their headquarters in this zone. In fact, so much money flows through Steel Canyon, Paragon City ranks among America's richest cities. Success has spurred the construction of so many skyscrapers that the place looks like a canyon made of concrete, glass, and metal. The zone isn't without its dangers, though. The outcasts have claimed the area as their own, and they've recruited a lot of kids with mutant powers related to the element. That's what outcasts love best, beating down their enemies with the power of the elements. This almost sounds like the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Alright, so we gotta keep the peace by defeating 10 outcasts, but I want to also point out, let's see, who is this here? There's Valkyrie. And Valkyrie can train to a new level of power. We need 3,679 XP to do that. Okay. So now we're going to have to find some outcasts. And I'm going to head... Let's move this back to the normal scale here. I'm going to head west on this side and head back down toward the university, and we'll see if we can find some guys that aren't purple. See if we can find some oranges. Somebody buffed me, it looks like. A kinetic or somebody buffed me with insulation shield and deflection shield. So this is some sort of like a force field that somebody bubbled me with to protect me. This would be a good time to see if we can fight some outcasts, but I'm not fighting purples, shield or not. There we go. Here's some whites. Alright, so these are the outcasts. I'm going to put on my toggle this time, and let's go kick some butt. And you can see right away the elemental ability, ice powers. Ice sucks, it slows you down. So all of my enhancers are going to, all my powers are going to take a long time to recharge. Gotta get rid of this guy. There we go. So that's slowing me down. If you right click on this, you can see minus recharge speed, right? That's one of the things that it does. Alright, we got 2 outcasts down, 8 to go. Oh, and this person's going to thank me. And we're only getting influence now, not experience. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do Practice Brawler, and we'll get started. So remember, Practice Brawler is a Mez defense. It's not going to help us against recharge speeds at all. The negative recharge from the ice guy is just going to... I remember the first time I ever encountered Icy, and like nothing was recharging, and it was all... I'm like, what the heck is wrong? I thought the game was bugged because stuff wasn't recharging. But of course it was just that I had a recharge debuff on me, which is what the ice guys do. I didn't know that at the time. Alright, 5 to go, and we're going to get some more influence from this guy thanking me. Yes, I saved you. There's a boss. Okay, this might be a little tough, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. See how it goes. We'll take this guy out first. I'm going to go Lieutenant. The brick isn't so bad. He's mostly doing earth powers. And he's not going to hit me because of the luck. I've got him probably down to something like 15% chance to hit. And this should finish him. Now we fight the lead shocker. This isn't too bad. One of the problems with the electricity guys is that they drain your endurance, which is really, really annoying. But you can see my endurance getting sucked down. I have to turn the toggle off. And this should take him out. Yeah. Alright, so that was pretty close. They got us down, but not too bad. And we only need to fight 2 more outcasts. And now we have a level 10 training enhancement. Damage enhancement. So let's see. Let's go ahead and buff this up. It's 11. Now 10 plus. That's too much. That's way too much. Let's see. Okay, these 2. We can take them. No problem. Let me heal up first. This is a typical problem if you're a scrapper. You're just used to running through things, and sometimes you forget to heal up. I'm gonna get hit by a car. Oh, he drove around me. That's pretty cool. I didn't even remember they could do that. Alright, so here we go. This will be our last 2. Alright, so that guy's done, and now we're going to go after the Shocker, who's a Lieutenant. Right, Outcast, Lieutenant, level 11. Same level as us. Should be no problem to take out a yellow Lieutenant. And that took care of it. So now we got to go all the way back to Linda Summers. Ugh. Okay, so this is a bit of a pain. First, I'm going to actually go to the natural store, which I wanted to do in the first place, and then I got distracted by the university. And the natural store is up, I believe. So we got to go up the ramp here. Whoops, ran right past it like a moron. Okay. So this is where, you know, it starts, the other zones it didn't matter, but this is where you start to really kind of need super jump. And I know I'm being very stubborn not taking it until level 14, but I really do want the vanilla experience. So this is Image Incorporated, and it is the natural shop. So this is going to have dual origin enhancers, so it's going to be 2 origins, natural and another one, and any character with natural or the other origin can use these enhancements. So here are, let's see, he doesn't have any. Let's try over here. He doesn't have any. Well, that's weird. Maybe it doesn't show them to me until I'm level 12. I could have sworn it showed them to you and you just couldn't, That's really strange. I could have sworn it showed them to you and you just couldn't buy them yet, but maybe not. I think at some point there may even be a quest to meet these guys, and maybe you have to do it. No, that's not what I wanted. I want to clear the waypoint. Maybe you have to do it after that. I don't remember now. It's been so long. Alright, so now I want to go back to the train station and talk to Linda Summers. Oh boy, I just aggroed those guys. Let's go down to the college campus. It's a little safer. And then we're going to head up. And this is one of the problems with the vertical, right? And as I said, you always want to try to be up, because going up is a pain if you're using super speed or almost anything else. One of the problems that you can have is you got to go back to go forward, and so that can get a little frustrating if you don't have super jump, which I don't yet. Oh wow, Bronzeway, I haven't been here in a long time. This stuff all brings back such memories to me of how many... Oh! Wow, okay, I'm not fighting a purple boss. Whoa! That's the 5th column. Look at that, guys. That's the 5th column. That's the guys that were defeated by the council. Are they back? Maybe they're back. That's cool. I always loved them as enemies, especially if you have like a Captain America type hero, you know, like an F Super Patriot or something. What better to fight than Nazis? Alright, so hopefully this will get us our cell phone number at the very least. But I have the feeling we're going to go back to her and she's going to say, thanks, I have no more missions for you. So we'll go to King's Row. And now we'll talk to her. And we want to go up, right? Can I get up? No. I can never remember which way is up. Going the wrong way. I'm probably going the wrong way. Okay, let's see. Try this, and oh, okay, there we go. Okay. Man, I am not in the zone tonight, I have to admit. And I'm not sure why. I didn't play last night, and it's almost like in one night I got out of practice. Okay, back to her. And she says, well done, those outcasts are a powerful bunch, and now all we got is the store. And about this contact, so she's inactive now. Right? So I never actually got to do any missions for her. So this is why I'm trying not to do too much experience. Okay, who's next? With this guy's in King's Row, he's going to end up going inactive. But we started a story arc with him. What story arc is that? That must be the college one. Alright, let's go back to Steel Canyon. And I guess we'll talk to the missions officer and do the training. And become part of the university. And then we'll stop for the night. Or at least for this episode. Yeah, I don't actually stop for the night after each episode. I go for several episodes in a row. But I try not to make them be more than about a half hour each. Okay, back to Steel Canyon. That's a lot of running around. Steel Canyon South. Which is where the university is, on the south side of Steel Canyon. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I can get up there. One of the tricks to avoiding aggro, if you can do it, and I can't remember how to do it. Here it is. See if I can get on it. I missed. One of the tricks to avoiding aggro is to run along the monorail. And nothing's up there, so then you can just get wherever you want to go Can I do it? No. I'm not going to play around with it. I'll just go this way. But that's one of the tricks to avoiding aggro is to run along the monorail. Because then there's nothing that lives up there, so you won't get beaten up. But it's easy enough to run along the middle of the street, and the university's not that far away. Wentworth is right here. It's pretty safe. And then the university's right down there. Watch out for that purple council guy. So the council's still here too. That's interesting. Alright, so now we're going to go through the invention tutorial. So here we go. There's a guy laying on the bench. Alright, so let's see what this guy has to say. We're going to ask about available missions, and he says, "You will enjoy our Inventions program here at Paragon University. We have a number of courses available to help you get acquainted." So let's review the syllabus. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is read the syllabus, which is over there. So we're going to read the syllabus, and we get a clue. So the classes are Salvage 101, Recipes 201, Workbenches and Results 301, Invention Enhancements 401, and Wrap Up. And here's our clue. It's the course syllabus. So we go back to him. And he says, "Alright, you can get started. Be introduced to a new contact." So this is our first instructor. And that's Professor Boram. So now Professor Boram is over here in the library. Click on him. And he says, "Mr. Lang sent you over, right? I'm getting students by the truckload." And now we say available missions. And he says, "This class is about salvage. There are 5 types of salvage. The most common are invention salvage. Invention salvage is used to create a variety of items. In case you are wondering, even while you are playing in supergroup mode, you will still acquire invention salvage." Okay, let's move on. There are different rarities of salvage, which basically means how often or how rarely you find certain salvage. The 3 rarities are common, uncommon, and rare. The color of the name and the information listed in the information bar will tell you exactly how common or rare your salvage is. So here we go. It's white, yellow, orange. Okay, so I bet you're wondering how you're going to carry around all that stuff. Well, it's simple, really. You have an entire inventory dedicated to salvage. The amount of salvage pieces you can carry is limited at first, but as you increase security level, that will grow somewhat. Vaults located in Pocket D or around Paragon City can also hold your invention salvage. Gee, I forgot all about the vaults. Your final lesson is a simple one. You can use your salvage you can sell your salvage to any store in Paragon City. You cannot buy it there, but you can at least sell it. You can even sell it to other heroes if you can make your way over to the consignment house. I have an assignment for you. Now, don't groan. It is school after all. Go search the stacks to my right and find more information on salvage. If you ever forget what I've taught you, you can always research it among the stacks. Okay, so we're going to go research the stacks. And that's over here. And we get a clue. Salvage. There are 5 types of salvage. And so forth. This is what he just told us. Okay. So now we click on him again. And he says, let's see what we've got here. Okay, right, good job. That's the only part of this class. Wow, that's a quick class. Since this course on salvage, your next assignment is to head over to the campus supply room and pick some up. Here's the list of the salvage I need. Okay, so we're now going to go get some salvage. Now I think this turns out to be a combat mission, but I'm not really sure. So we're kind of going into a different campus building. And so just FYI, from a roleplay perspective, right, this is where our little character lives in Secret ID in one of these dorm buildings. Okay. So now we're going to get the supplies. You hear suspicious activity downstairs. This can't be good. So, okay, so there's going to be some villains in here probably. and you hear that humming, that is a clue object. Oh, and somebody's talking. Let's just get everything. Let's just grab everything and sort it out later. Very suspicious. And look, we got counsel. You guys are stealing my salvage. And I got some salvage from him. That's the salvage he just stole. Missed him. Even with an accuracy inspiration? Come on. Okay, let's see. So now we're looking for the salvage, and there it is. Oh, there's more guys. Alright. Hello. I am Silver Phoenix. I'm a student here, and you are not going to attack my dorms. Can you imagine living at a university where supervillains show up? Yikes. It's a good thing one of the students here is a superhero. And you can see these guys do a number on me because I don't have any ranged... I have some ranged defense, but I don't have a lot. It's the 5% from combat jump and the 6% or so from agile, which is the passive, which isn't really enough. It doesn't hold up well. You really need that toggle. There's our salvage. Okay. But I'm not going to let these guys get away with hurting my school. So we're going to beat them up and protect the other students. Man, I'm missing a lot. Alright, that took them out, and now we can head back to Steel Canyon. So now we're going to go back to campus, and we're going to head back to the professor with the salvage that we got. Okay, and he's right there. Whoops. I guess we return to him. There we go. I like how there's a student here handing out, let me zoom in, handing out pamphlets. What does it say on them? Extra Paragon Times. Heroes halt havoc. This is like a little cheerleader handing out newspapers. That's cool. Battle drones. There's a mastermind in here, it looks like. And there we go. So he says, hello again. How did it go? What happened? I can't believe the council were so blatant as to try and rob a university supply room. Yeah, because that's super secure, right? Unlike, say, a bank vault. I don't suppose you managed to get my supplies? Really? Good work. You've impressed me. I'm going to send this salvage over to Professor Chandler, and you're going to need it later for your coursework. Fine job, Silver Phoenix. So now we're introduced to a new contact, and that's Professor Taylor. And now we're going to go meet Professor Taylor, who is where? Is he upstairs or something? I don't see him. Try heading upstairs. Oh, there he is. He's downstairs. Okay. Hello. So you must be Silver Phoenix. You made it through Borum's class, did you? I heard about the council. That's terrible. Yet somehow not surprising. So we get available missions, and he says, my class is about recipes. I talk fast and brief. Listen and learn. Like your enhancement and salvage inventory, you now have a recipe inventory, which you can find by clicking on your recipes tab next to the salvage tab. That's this one here. Recipes have different rarities, as shown by the color in their name. Common is white, uncommon is yellow, rare is orange, and ultra rare is purple. Recipes are dropped at random by defeating mobs or as mission rewards and can only be used once. You can buy common recipes off the workbenches if you don't want to wait for the drop. You'll need influence though, and a spot in your recipe inventory, right? And we have, it looks like we have 70 spots, and we have 4 recipes. You can carry the common recipe around with you, or make it right away, if you have the fee and the salvage needed. As you build, once you meet the requirements, you can acquire badges that allow you to memorize any common recipe, depending on how many builds the badge requires. Once a common recipe is memorized, it will appear under the Memorize tab in your recipe inventory. There are 5 badge tiers broken down by recipe level and type. Each recipe tells you what it requires to build, such as salvage components and influence for the workbench fee. Your recipe inventory size starts out at a certain size, but grows larger as you increase in security level. If you are making an enhancement, you can mouse over the enhancement icon, and you'll see a tooltip that gives you information about that enhancement. Tooltips can be enabled or disabled, so if you have it disabled, you may want to go up to your options and enable it again. So here's your assignment. Go over to the research terminal at the circulation desk counter and do some research on recipes. Print off your search results and come back to me when you're ready. Okay. So we go to the terminal and we do some research. And this tells us exactly what he just told us. And now we go back. And he says, alright, that's it. We're going to be reintroduced to a new contact, and this is Professor Chandler. This course is a brief overview on how the workbench functions. Okay, so now we got to meet Professor Chandler, who is upstairs in the laboratory. Oh, this is a cool lab. I love the lab in this game. All the little, like, computers and stuff. So, alright, Chandler. Silver Phoenix, eh? Ah, grand. I'm Professor Chandler. So, have you noticed the workbenches all over campus? You will be using them to invent. You can also buy a workbench for your supergroup base if you have the resources for it. Using workbench is simple. Select the recipe you want and click Create to make something. If you don't have the ingredients or finances, you won't be able to because the interface will be grayed out. You acquire recipes by defeating mobs or receiving them as rewards. You can only use them once, unless you've received a special badge that allows you to memorize it. But that only applies to common recipes. If you aren't sure which is which, look at your inventory. Now, let's talk about the results of the workbench. What really happens when you are done. Recipes can build enhancements and even costume parts. Now, you might want to arrange your inventory before you start, because if you don't have room, you won't be able to build anything. The recipe display will tell you this too. If all goes well, the result of your hard work will be dropped into your enhancement inventory. Costume parts work slightly differently. You create them and they are unlocked, but you still have to visit a tailor to pick them up. Now, if you'd like to make your way to that fancy computer next to me and read up on workbenches, then come back. It's okay. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to read up on workbenches. Alright, and this is exactly what she just told me. Then we go back to her. And now, she says, good job. You read up on it, great. The next part is going to be fun. You're going to create something from the workbench. See that workbench over there? Go over and build yourself something. Here is everything you will need to build it. So now, please select the type of enhancement we want. So, I don't know, do we want damage? Let's do a level 10 accuracy enhancement. So, invention salvage found. Invention salvage found. So that's going to give us enough salvage to do what we're told to do. And now build the enhancement. Where are we going? Upstairs. There's the lab. Right, this is like the little workbench. Right, so we've got all of our little like inspiration colors. Right, this is red, blue, green, purple, orange. A little computer screen. We click on it, and where is the one they gave us? Workbench accuracy, right here. So we have all that we need. It's going to cost 3,000 influence, And we have a luck and a bore site. Right, let's go ahead and create it. So we created that enhancement. And now you'll see, so this is a level 10 training enhancement for accuracy. Now the thing about this is that this is a training enhancement. It's better than a regular accuracy enhancement. If you see the regular accuracy, gosh, at level 10 would be something like plus 8%. It's 11%, so it's a little bit better. And it never expires, so you can use this at level 50 and it'll still be 11% accuracy. I'm going to go ahead and put that on Thunderkick. So now we have a much more accurate Thunderkick. Okay, so now we're going to go talk to Professor Chandler. And be introduced to a new contact. And now it's Professor Topfer. Where is Professor Topfer? Right up there. Zoom out a little bit. Okay. There you go. Professor Topfer. She says, or he says, invention enhancements are a brand new type of enhancement. Now that was when this part just came out. That you can get. They're like traditional enhancements, but with more kick. They can be slotted at 3 levels higher than yours, but if my calculations are correct, and they always are, they cannot be combined with other enhancements. But this will put some gas in your car. They don't expire as you level. And wait, there's more. Their effectiveness is constant and based on the level of the recipe. There are even new sets of invention enhancements. Individual enhancements make up these sets work as normal invention enhancements, but as you gather and slot them into a single power within this set, it grants you bonuses. So let's look at the information, and that's going to be over here. And this tells us the same thing he just told us. And we go back. We get introduced to a new contact. This is Guidance Counselor Jones. Okay. And where is he? Downstairs. Alright, so we're going to go back out. And downstairs. And there's the Guidance Counselor in a little cubicle. Or near the cubicle. Here we are. So he says, I'm the guidance counselor. I'm here to help you wrap up your studies. We ask available missions, and he says, I want you to learn more about where to buy and sell, Wentworth's consignments, and so forth. So we're going to read up on Wentworth. I'm not going to worry too much about that because I've already shown you guys that. Then we're going to go here. And he's going to say, looks pretty interesting, hub. You've now completed the tutorial, and we got a badge. And the badge is Inventor. We also have the Protector of Innocence badge, Nebulae Buckshot. These council make good gladiators. I can't remember when I got that. Okay, so we've got a bunch of badges. We've completed our tutorial, and I think we're going to stop here. And Silver Phoenix is going to head back to her dorm, and I will see you guys next time.